Hi everybody, I'm Damini Salabri, and this is Connect In. Connect In is a weekly broadcast to help you get out of your head and back into your heart. So let's take a moment and join me as we kind of open sacred space, as we open a space that is more heart-centered versus more mind-focused. So imagine that you have a candle in front of you. I like to use all my senses when I do the ritual of coming inside. So we'll start with a candle. And the ritual of coming inside is unique for each and every one of us. For me, what I like to do is a candle, a little sound, a little scent, whatever feels right for you. But it's something that you don't do every minute of the day. It's something that just tells your body and your mind and your heart that you're going to come in for a while and not chatter for a while. Hmm. And what I have here is a little bit of white sage. You can use incense or essential oils or any other kind of nice smelling something that engages your sense of smell. And then the sound. And take a moment and just soften your eyes a little bit, or soften the space between your third eye. And when you do that, you actually drop into a heart space. You drop into the space where your heart can listen. And just notice what's going on in your body. I've been doing a 5-day mini retreat every morning, which, by the way, there is still time to join. But every morning we've been doing this practice or a variety of practices to come out of our head and into our heart. And step number 1 is checking in with yourself. So just notice where you are in your body. Where there's hot, where there's cold, where there's fluttering, where there's whatever that is. Where is there this deep sense of peace? And invite your breath to come down to your belly. And then down to your feet. So you actually feel where your feet are touching the earth. Whether you have shoes on or off, it doesn't matter. It's about bringing your attention down. Great. So throughout this mini retreat, what's been coming up is a lot of conversation about, God, I don't know how to slow down. Like, how do I slow down? I don't know what to do. Like, my mind won't shut off and blah, 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 blah. And, a lot of the folks on the call thought it was a problem. And it's not the best thing in the world, but it's not that we're doing anything wrong. We're trained to be thinkers. We're trained to be doers. And the beauty of coming down and in doesn't make you any less doey or busy or thinky. What it does is it allows you to use the rest of your being besides everything from here up. So our body is a brilliant navigator for life. And finding your heart's yes, which is the mini retreats um, title and purpose, is really about coming in and finding out how you check in with your body. How do you know how your body is leading you? And I may have mentioned this in other connect-ins, but it's certainly worth trying or saying it again. I think about our body as the compass, that structure, that compass, and the north arrow is our heart, right? So it's actually our heart that is leading us to be our brightest self in life, right? It's our mind that may kind of redirect us and may think, well, that's not really such a good idea. This is the safe way to be. This is the safe thing to do. And I'm not talking about our brilliant minds that get us to go out on the web and find all this amazing stuff. Sometimes the mind that I talk about is kind of like the inner critic. It's that part of you that just holds you back. And there's that fine line between following your heart and knowing. How do you know it's truly your heart that's guiding you? Versus this inner critic, this saboteur at times, this energy inside you, this thinking energy inside you that's like, I don't think so. I think it's really a good idea to stay safe, right? The inner critic shows up when we're young and we're trying to keep ourselves protected, we're trying to keep life protected, we're just trying to get on with what we're doing, right? And sometimes the inner critic shows up from family or societal rules and regulations, right? And it takes, unfortunately, quite a long time to unravel those things. And so when you are beginning to connect in with your body and allow your heart to be the compass, what happens is your inner critic's like, whoa, nope, I don't think so. I think that if you step here, it's going to be super scary and super weird, right? There we go. And it's not that it's dangerous for you. You're just stepping into the next precipice of your life. So how do you know the difference between your inner critic talking to you and your heart talking to you? How I see it, the best way to know that you're not being guided by your critic or by your saboteur is by knowing how your body is directing you. Sorry, we talk about twirly head all the time. Like it's like you're in your groove, something goes across your technology, you're like, wee, where am I? Breath to the belly, to the feet. That's how we come back inside ourselves. So how do we know that it's our body and our heart directing us versus the inner critic? So the very easiest way that I can say is close your eyes for a minute. Close them. Let your belly relax. Let your body relax as much as possible. And say to yourself, my name is, and just say the name that you go by. And just notice how your body responds. Now go ahead and say, your name is, well, I use Harry. Unless your name is Harry, then pick another name and a different gender if you would. Something opposite of who you are. And just notice how your body responds. Right? Close your eyes, soften your eyes. And say to yourself, my name is, and say the name that you go by. Just notice what you feel in your body. And then go ahead and say your name is Harry. Notice what happens to your body there. Chances are, in some varying degrees, and then allowing that we are unique, amazing individuals, when you say the name that you go by, there's going to be a little bit more of an expansion feeling, right? Versus when you go by the name that Harry, there is a more like, I don't think so, and there's more of a contraction feeling. And I know this sounds super, super simple, but what this really is finding that kind of body yes and body no. Now, let's do it again, just to be sure. Soften your eye, soften the space between your third eye. Breathe, relax. Breathe into your belly. Say to yourself, my name is, and then go by your name. Yeah, it does really work. Go by your name. Sorry, start again. Squirrel moment. Breath, belly, feet. Feel the weight of you on the ground. Soften your eyes. Your eyes are soft. You're in your heart space. And then go ahead and say, my name is, and say that out loud. Just notice how your body responds. Then go ahead and say your name is Harry. Notice how your body responds. So in a very, very simple way, and we go through the minutia, the fine details of this in the mini retreat, and then there's a weekend retreat happening in about a month, and then Tools of the Heart is happening in June, and they are all programs that allow you to truly, truly follow where your heart and body are leading you. So this yes, my name is more of a kind of yes, an expanded quality of where your body's going, oh yeah, that's good. Versus the opposite is a contraction. It's more of a no. Now we do this all the time. When you are walking down the street and you have a choice to go forward or left or right, and maybe left or right is like a little kind of weird or darker or more barren or something like that, right? You know, there's a part of your body that's like, I don't want to go down that alley. No way, right? And then there's the part of you that goes, oh, this feels better. Yes. There's more flow in the yes. There's more like, yeah, this feels good. You know, and so this is a really, really simple way of how to know who's leading you. Now, the inner critic, she gets super, super clever and tricky and all of those things, but there's certainly not enough time in this discussion today to tell you all the different ways that your inner critic, can take you away. But some cues are absolute exhaustion all of a sudden, procrastination, hungry, like you're in the middle of doing something and it's a big moment for you. And for me, I just want to go get corn chips and eat the whole bag of corn chips. That's when I know I'm on a growth edge. And I think our inner critic is really there to signal a growth edge. If you know that your inner critic's getting under the radar. And like I said, that's a longer discussion. But right now, this yes, no conversation, my name is, my name isn't, is a really amazing way to to learn to fine tune how you listen to your body, right? And so I would suggest that you practice this with ways like, should I wear this or should I wear that? We do this already, right? You take out a shirt, you're like, yeah, I want to wear that today. Or you take that out and you're like, I should wear this today. Shoulda, woulda, couldas is the realm of the mind, right? The being present with the body is the power of right now, right here, right now, the present moment. And so if you find yourself slipping to the past or slipping to the present or slipping to the future or the past in the way of shoulda, woulda, couldas, then you may notice that it's your inner critic that's trying to distract you. Versus the heart, which is like, yeah, right now I'm totally into wearing this shirt or going to do this. And yeah, we're mammals, we have instincts, we know what feels right or not right, or we, and the key word is we can feel when it's right or not right. When we're in the realm of the head, we're not always in the feeling part. And you all probably know this, right? What does it feel like for you? Like, just take a moment. What does it feel like for you to be in the full body yes? Right? Think of a moment where there was something, some opportunity that showed up and you had a full body yes. And what did that feel like? How easy was their flow? How easy was the guidance? And then the other question is how quickly did your inner critic come in and go, are you sure about that? Are you super sure about that? I truly believe to live a life as your brightest self, as your brightest, best self, is about really following your heart. Living a heart-centered life. That's what the Shine In and Tools of the Heart is all about, how to live a heart-centered life. But when you live a heart-centered life, life is easier. We create a lot of conflict when we pop into our head. But if the practice is to keep coming into our body over and over again, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. We're changing muscle memory, really. And that's the beauty of just practicing this. There is, I also wanted just to share with you, I've been starting a community on Facebook, and it's called the Shine In Community. I think the Facebook link is Shine On 2021. And it's a community that's just forming, and I would love to have you join. It's a community that the whole underlying purpose of it is to support each other in all the ways that we can be our brightest self. So if you're looking for support in how to follow your body and how to follow your heart, or maybe you just don't want to do this alone anymore. Boy, we have been doing this alone for a while, right? Year and some odd months. But you don't have to do this alone. And even though this is an online community, I could tell you that when we gather, it's powerful. Like together, because we're all in our bodies, you don't feel alone. You feel like you have support. So you can find all of that on my website. That's dominicelebri.com. But for now, soften your third eye. Soften this space here. Feel the weight of you on your chair. Feel your feet on the ground. Breathe. Breathe and allow your energy to travel out of your twirly head and then down into your body. When you do that, you are more empowered with yourself. When you're in your body, you don't have to look outside yourself for the answers or guidance. Absolutely, you can seek reflections, you can seek your friends' suggestions, but ultimately the decision comes down to you, and what your body is telling you is essential, and that's through the heart. So come in, breath, belly, feet. Say your name is, and just keep feeling into what that body yes is for you. And then practice it, right? Practice it like, should I wear this or that? Should I eat this or that? Should I go sit in the sun? Should I take a nap? Whatever that is for you. We have been trained to be busy and to be in our head. But true change happens when we come back into our body and allow our hearts to lead us. So again, check out the free workshops, retreats, and community page on DaminiCelebrate.com. I would really love to have you join us, because I do believe the world will be a much better place if we are certainly more comfortable in our skin and embody our own power and guidance, which I think is essential as we begin to kind of step out into the world a little bit more. So I would love to know how this exercise of finding your heart's yes, or one of the exercises to connect with your heart's yes, how did this show up for you in your body? What epiphanies or ahas? Feel free to go in under the thread of this video, share your experience. I would really like to know how this worked for you. All right, so Connect In happens every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. There is still time to join the mini retreat, no matter where you are in the world. You go over to DaminiCelebrate.com, look under options, opportunities, offerings. There you go. There's the mini retreat right there. And you still will have access to all the sessions. So there's still time. Invite a friend and, embark on the journey of coming back into yourself. Yeah, beautiful. So I hope you have a great day and practice. Yes, no, coming in and finding your yes, no. And then notice when you're going for that bag of chips. Thank you. Have a great day.